So, KB, we're near the end of this transformation now, and it's amazing to think before this you were, well, to put it lightly, a pussy. So, how do you think it's gone so far?
Doc.
Please, call me KB without his insecurities.
Nah, that's too wordy.
You see, this is the problem. You never try.
Oh, is that it? Thanks, Docky. Back into the wilderness I go. You're the best. I tried, but I'm too hurt.
Okay. We'll try this for the 1000th time. Take me back to when the trauma began.
Oh, for God's sake, fine. I guess I have to be truthful this time, don't I?
Do I have to quote Yoda again?
No, he makes me feel dumb.
Well, you are dumb, but never mind.
Oh, thanks for the validation. Anyway, it started with a simple intro.
Hi, I'm
KB.
I'm okay.
Calm down. We've already addressed that shit. Right. This time, now or never. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hurry up.
Nine years. Much changed. Nerves of steel. Don't let me down now, brain. Halloween is coming early. So, we're back due to popular demand. Can't tell if you guys are sadists or masochists. Or maybe both. Aren't we wholesome? Makes me sit back with a nice ice cream, gazing in admiration for the inner beauties of gaming, this does. No! I can't do it!
You should have been cancelled.
Yeah.
So anyway, there have been a fair few bosses that have slipped through the cracks, and those which have smashed through the woodwork in the last few years. Due to many graphic updates, it'll be a relief that a VR headset is not in my possession. Otherwise, I might just mod a toilet to throw up in. So with all that said and done, why are we waiting around? Let's make headlines with this. Come on, boys and girls. If you like this, you can go subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell, as well as follow me on Twitch and social media. So all that for the price of one. See what comes out of it, besides removal of spell check. Let's go. Nightmare from Metroid Fusion had always been a strong influence in many of these lists, showing how a health bar can be interpreted in many ways. But as I've gotten closer to middle age and past my quarter-life crisis, CROCOMIRE has no benefit of such health. It's one sink later and you slowly see his flesh liquefy while he screams in pain. I mean, he started it. But nevertheless, I pity how he had to take it this far. And when he rises back out to try and get you, yeah, I pity him no more. That's it, you're gone, mate. No more benefits for you. Okay, build up. I like it. Well, thanks, now I hate it.
So is this the start of your issues?
Don't interrupt me, please. I'm in the moment.
Remember Cooler in his second Dragon Ball Z movie? Well, get that out of your memory, because we have bigger fish to fry. If the squinted eyes, the oddly uplifting music, or the weak ties to the rest of the hive weren't enough, then the eerie quality in the voice may be the deciding factor. And what he's saying backwards? Something along the lines of, well, let's not stop there, we got more works in the work to uncover, full of workings. I saw Killer 7 being advertised alongside Resident Evil 4 back in the early 2000s, and sadly, I stuck to the former. But after revisiting this game, it was a real risk taker in what it decided to do. Not that Resident Evil took risks either, but among this, you get Andre. This kind of Freddy Krueger tendon-ripping inspired boss. Or Tetsuo, your choice. He gets Heaven Smile, which is a kind of mutant being which acts like a living bomb. And then Andre just becomes nothing like his former self. The fight itself is where you don't know when he's going to pop out at you. So that mystery is something to be weary of in its own right. And his attacks can tend to make you jump, in which you have to shoot the obvious weak spot in order to confirm his death once and for all. Which is a sad ending, but what more can you do?
That sadness, would you say that brought out a vulnerable side in you?
I already have that. I guess I've become more of a little bitch than I used to. But what more can you say?
We can say get a grip, but we'll leave that till the end. So, can you continue?
Fuck you, Doctor.
If you got kicked in the balls, the first thing you'd want to do is rest, right? Not have to go and explore a mansion with twists and turns. And in this case, the best is saved for hefty surprises. And it makes you not want to become a hunter, or at least eat your venison before it expires and ends up growing claws. One of the times you still wish you got stuck in that slide. They don't call it the House of Madness for nothing. With these videos that I make, Dark Souls and the Soulsborne series in general is a series that I have kind of neglected up until now. Many people alluding to the Gaping Dragon as evidence of how twisted it can be at times. If we're talking about the first game though, then yeah, it can be considered the most grotesque, followed by Seath the Scaleless for just his disturbing backstory, a scientist gone too far, Hojo in dragon form. Dark Souls 2 has the Demon of Song, which you shouldn't get too distracted by its face for radio now. The boss fight isn't anything to be sniffed at. Then taking a sidestep to Bloodborne, the blood-starved beast taking its sweet time before parading you with its flurry of toxic atmosphere, and this is why you should turn off the headset in League of Legends. Ludwig, who is just a pity horse turned into a centaur. Orphan of Kos, who takes the romantic idea of sex on the beach to a whole new level of conception. Abritus, who is halfway through an episode of Botched. And then the One Reborn, who is a collection of many bodies formed into one. Use double kick! And then the flashback to Demon Souls. The Leechmonger, I suppose. I mean, it's the only thing that pops out to me, despite the fight being a bit, how can I say this in the nicest way? Shit. And then the third game. The candidates are a cursed tree full of surprising grappling techniques, the most demented babysitter ever, and a worm figure with an endless appetite. Drum roll, please! Congrats, Aldrich. You're disgusting! Aldrich mainly looks more grotesque in the opening cutscene. His backstory started to have a habit of devouring flesh out of choice. He ate so many souls and bloated out. Then he was placed into the Cathedral of the Deep and had people worship him, transporting new sacrifices for him to engulf his desires on. You can see his influence all the way through the undead settlement, and through eating undead, they respawn through the cathedral. He even tried to spread his influence and invite others to feast with him. So, when he was revived as a Lord of Cinder, he took to devouring gods instead. This horrific story almost becomes witnessed by us when we visit him to end him once and for all. These are the sounds of sweet ill Gwendolyn being eaten by Aldrich. And I was always told not to play with my food. Body of Christ. Food of the earth. Oh no, don't eat me! You'll gain weight! There's also theories to how he ate Priscilla due to the Life Hunt scythe being present, and Nito based on the shape of his sword. If this is true, then his influence stretches way beyond his slimy looking body. Ah! To those with a belly button fetish, this might be the perfect candidate for you. And I'll stop there. I mean, he's obviously in displeasure because he's having to itch himself all the time whilst his umbilical cord is gazing at you in an unorderly fashion. I mean, he seems quite pleased about it as well. It looks like he's got his screaming gutturals perfected, because look at the size of that neck. I just can't help but think that every time you shoot him, it's like a boop on his nose. I'd rather pet a giant slug, if I'm honest. Please get your bollocks out of my face for this one. For the N64 to produce something of this caliber is not something to be sniffed at the highest level of, what can we do to make 7 minutes in heaven more fun?
Not fucking this!
When you blow its limbs off and then it just grows tentacles out of those limbs, it makes me glad that I'm in my little safe space over here. Or No-No Square, as I've heard it being commonly named. Restraining order? Restraining order? Any prehistoric lawyers around? I need legal aid! I've set up a GoFundMe, please! You think that the worst monsters would reside in the lab itself, but when they escape to the sewer, they wreak havoc on your own world.
Do you feel like someone is taking over your world? Nah, let them watch. How weird. I like it.
Stop enabling me.
It's amazing how the 16-bit era could produce these flowing graphics to make it seem even more gross. All the way from having it watch you from the start to stand off with you, up close and personal. All while it changes colour after each hit dealt on it, and then it tries to push you away with its hands. Through that it all becomes like a fair bit to take in. The most confusing thing about this boss is how I don't understand why it's attacking us when based on how it looks like it's been dragged by a car. The response to that should be to kneel. No legs. Fall down and beg for us to kill it? I mean, if this was me in 2011, I'd probably say, oh, he wants a piece of that arse, but I'm a respectful human being now, and I'll leave it at that. I mean, I like butts. Okay, we said we'd leave it at that, but I'd say all I want at this point is a Tomb Raider remake, or, I don't know, Rayman 4. Can't be too picky, I'm getting old. When it comes to South Park, I can name quite a few things which stick out as shivering-inducing. While much of the humour is outrageous and a fair chunk can mean to gross people out as well as to be so ridiculous to still make people laugh. Whether you want to reference the end of Chef, or the human Sentai pad, the woodland critters, you know, a lot to sink your teeth into. But considering 2 games stick out like a sore thumb in the franchise, this abnormal scenery would make its mark there too. Hence why Matt and Trey can be the only ones to make a giant Nazi zombie fetus an actual boss. Some royals would be pissed. Fueling the context behind it being that it's Khloe Kardashian's abortion result. Yeah, I'm sure I can see Kylie's filler in there somewhere as well. Not only that, but the umbilical cord serves as an enemy as well. Gotta sever all ties, I suppose. If you want to know the strong urge to make this topic again, we have Patient Zero right here. Is this just one of those smiling flowers you'd see on a book bag in school? Or is it much worse? Well, so far so shit. Getting warmer. Oh, I can feel the love. Now feeling despair. Okay, yeah, get those good spirits up! Put 'em back, put 'em back! Help me, Jesus! Oh, come on, Jesus, Satan's dropping bombs again! Venus flytrap, oh, just f*** off, mate. I feel like I've been thrown into a speed dating event in Alcatraz. I have no idea where I am and I want to get out, but I can't. Oh, flowers. How seriously weird. Now I'm avoiding getting stepped on. Lovely. Okay, how does Wario feel about this new WarioWare game? And when you do hurt him, he's in the same pain as before.
Right, I can't do this anymore. This is too much.
I understand. It's not easy. You just need to try. So lay back down and just close your eyes. Okay? Just close your eyes. And now, pretend it's all gone.
Oh. Wow. Well, I don't know what you did this time, but I feel so different. I'm gonna go skip in a meadow.
God, I love sarcasm.
Oh, Jesus Christ, so this is obviously me in the future wearing the same shirt to redeem whatever effect I'm going for right now, and to say thank you so much for watching this video. Yeah, I wanted to make it different from the last 2 rounds I've done of Disturbing Bosses to keep it fresh and, you know, all those kinds of things. So, you know, all these ideas and experiments, they're in a work in progress, and I'm quite enjoying it, shooting stuff in a different way, not with a gun. But thank you to everyone who requested this in the first place. It's, after all these years, it's well appreciated that a lot of you have stuck by this channel and just my presence in general to communicate and watch and feedback and just everything that you've done. So, you know, I really appreciate it. But with all that said, thank you everyone for watching. If you're new here, you can go ahead and click subscribe if you enjoyed this, as well as ring the notification bell to see all the updates from this channel. And be sure to follow my social media links in the description. There's Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Discord to get in with the community. So all possible options for you. It'd be great to see you and great to hang out. So until next time, thank you for watching, and lights out.